Hi, hello. So, today's message is about decisions. So, welcome to my channel. If we haven't met, my name is Yamil, and I have been people get divorced within the last 10 years, but I go a little beyond than just preparing documents and helping them file them and getting the final judgment. I usually end up trying to help them move on, find their footing, their energy, and step into their new life with hope. All right, so today's video is about decisions and making better decisions every day. So, I was talking with one of my daughters not long ago. I would say like 2 days ago. And I've been struggling. I'm a single mom, and I've been struggling raising my kids. They're all girls. Yay, lucky me. And it's been quite challenging to say the least. And because sometimes it's nice when one child goes through something and the other ones are okay, but then you have a bunch of kids having issues at the same time, and I'm like a magician in a circus, or not even like the circus ringleader. Everybody's going doing their own thing and there's chaos everywhere, and I'm just in the middle directing the orchestra. So I had a nervous breakdown not too long ago. I would say a couple of days ago. Shout out to all my single parents. What up? You know who you are. God bless you, because I tell you, if you're not a single parent, you may not know what it feels like to go into the shower, putting the hot water all the way, curling into yourself and screaming and crying and just wanting life to end and the pain to stop. That was me just a couple of days ago. So anyway, my oldest daughter, as I was going through that, told me something that really put things into perspective for me, and I do hope that it helps you in whatever journey you're going through. And it's the concept of decisions. So here's the thing: we come to this planet, right? We're born out of mom and dad, whatever, mom and mom, and whatever the dynamic is. And the moment our body starts breathing, right, there are some things that are going to be automatic. I mean, and it's just incredible how biology works. Some things just go on automatic. I mean, I tried to stop breathing just 2 days ago, and it wouldn't work because my body kept saying you need to breathe. So my realization is, right, that there's some things that are just completely normal, completely, they're gonna happen, they're just gonna happen, you don't even think about it, right? And then there are everything else is a little decision that we start making, so we start activating our brain. So when a baby's born, and they're breathing, like they don't even know that they're breathing, they're just breathing, and then they start getting hungry, and then the uncomfort makes them audible, and then mom and dad come rushing in, or mom and dad and dad, whatever, come rushing in, with to feed the baby, either with the breast or the bottle. And then the baby starts learning, right, starts making, little by little, he doesn't know, but he starts making decisions that, okay, I'm hungry. If I make noises, which would be screaming, grunting, whatever, usually screaming, if I start getting audible, then I will get the uncomfort to stop. Somebody will come and get the uncomfort to stop. And so from those decisions, we start making decisions, right? The baby starts crawling, starts realizing, I want to see what that is, or I want to touch that. And they start like, on their tummy, and they start like, how do I get there? How do I get? And little by little, they start understanding that, oh, wait, if I do this, and the body start getting stronger. It's a beautiful thing. They start to, and then eventually they start to walk the same thing. And then walking becomes normal. We now, as adults, and we walk, we don't think about, okay, one step forward, one step here, okay, now the other one, now oh, there I am. We don't do that, right? It's all automatic. So with our children or even other people in our lives, it's sometimes hard to understand why they make certain decisions that they make. And I would say, especially children, because obviously, and even adults that keep making the same mistakes. Um, we have an opportunity to make decisions every second of the day. From the moment we wake up, we decide, are we going to brush our teeth or not? Then we go to the kitchen, are we going to have breakfast or not? Then we go to the bathroom, and so on and so forth. The difficult part is when we make a decision that affects other people or affects our own growth. Because but here's the thing, so my children have been making uh, some of them poor decisions, just poor decisions, and they keep making the same decisions. And obviously, as a mom, I have rules in my house. I have certain things that have to be done. And and I mean, I give them lots of freedom. I am the kind of parent, good, bad, and different, I don't care. You can criticize me all you want, that's fine. That if you want to do something that I know is detrimental to you, if it doesn't affect anyone else, I may allow you to do such activity within certain parameters. Now, if you get out of the parameters, that's when the problem comes. Why? Because if we don't let, in my opinion, this is me again, come at me, it's fine. Um, if we protect our children so much that they don't get to experience the danger zone, the other things, the relationships that, whatever it is, if we don't let them experience that in a safe environment, in a testing, I call my house a testing environment. This is all testing. My kids are testing the waters, and I see my job as like the director of the circus. It's to control the chaos, but let the chaos happen, because they have to learn somehow that is the wrong decision. But I want them to know that I am there if they make a mistake. If it comes bite them in the ass, they can come and say, "Damn, mom, remember that thing that I told you about, and you said you shouldn't do it, and I did it anyway." And sometimes that validation doesn't come right away; it comes later, and that's okay too. You know what? Because I remember me and my sister we used to go party when we were young, and then at like 2, 3 in the morning, we would come home. My mom would wake up and we're like, "Hey, mom, put your shoes on. Let's go to Denny's." And we'll take her out to Denny's, and we would sit down and talk to her, let her know crap that we did a year before. At that point, she couldn't really get mad anymore. She actually loved it. She loved the fact that she didn't know right away. That she found out later that somehow we messed up, we made a mistake, whatever. And it was just funny as hell, but we had that relationship with her, my sister and I, um, that we felt safe. We knew that we could tell her, "Mom, we did this, and damn, that was crazy." And I kind of want to build that relationship with my kids. Now, obviously, times have changed. Things, kids now, I think, test you more than they used to, and or at least they're more willing to spread their, really explore a lot of things that in the past it would have happened later. Now they're happening sooner, and instead of hiding our head under the desk, under the table, and saying, "Oh, no, 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 my child would never ever do that," no, 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 no. We need to, I think, I had to open up my soul and just say, "Okay, how am I better serving my children as they're learning to make better decisions for themselves?" And and it's challenging, and it's hard, and it's a learning experience. And I've been very hard on myself, because I feel that whenever they make a mistake, it's my fault, because I allowed them to explore, or or they just don't respect me and stuff. And it's come so and sometimes they will push. And 2 days ago, I like I said, I went through come to Jesus moment, and at that point, I actually decided to let go, trying to stop my daughter from cutting or stop the other one from doing weed, or like I just said, okay, God, I need your guidance. I don't know what to do. And I told him, look, you want to do that? Go ahead. You want to drive without a license? Go ahead. Don't call me. I don't want to hear it. You start bleeding, call the ambulance. Like, I made the decision of letting go of control. There's still certain things in my house that are not allowed on certain days, and and I'm sticking to that. And I'll be damned if my child keeps pushing me on that, because yeah, not happening. But anyway, the bottom line is that these children are learning to make decisions, and I'm almost 50 and I'm still struggling with making some better decisions for myself. That's another video altogether. But we need to definitely understand that our children are doing the best they can with what they know about life. And so are we. So are you. So I am. We're making, and that's the point, that we need to continue trying to make better decisions. And if there's someone in your life that's bugging you and bothering you, and just, being a poo poo head, okay, to you, just understand that they're making what they feel is the better decision for themselves. Then it's your turn to make what you think is a better decision for yourself and your family and your whatever, whatever journey you're going through. So my oldest daughter told me that, she's like, Mom, I know that I understand you're going through a lot right now, but I just want you to think about this. We are all in a journey to learn in this planet. This is school for everybody. And my children are no exception to that. My expectations of them, and my impatience with them, it also shows a lack of clarity on my own decisions, in my own understanding of their journey. So I leave you with this. All we can do all day long is attempt to make better decisions. And if we make a bad decision, the best course of action is to forgive ourselves. Start with you, and then you spread it out. Do the same thing for others. Start forgiving yourself, saying, okay, this day forward, I'm going to make a better decision tomorrow. And then the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, and little by little. And whenever you fall, because we're human, we're spiritual beings living a human experience. Whenever that happens, forgive yourself. But as you do that, also, first of all, practice with ourselves. I think that's the most important thing, to practice to ourselves, to give us that grace. That's called grace, by the way. It's in the Bible. Whenever we do that, you need to also start practicing to extend that grace to those around you. It will transform your life, your living experience, once you start practicing grace for yourself and for the others, and understand that just like you make mistakes, and just like sometimes build relationships that are not good for you, and you keep pushing through with and putting all kinds of all kinds of information on it. Yeah, it has to work, it needs to work, blah blah blah. As we do that, which is a whole different video that I'm going to make someday. But right now, if you just focus on forgiving yourself when you make a bad decision. Just truly give yourself grace for it and understand and learn the lesson from that decision. Then, as you make other decisions, you're going to build upon those bad decisions that you made. But the point is to keep growing. The point is to keep moving forwards and learning from the mistakes that we do. But then, as you do that, you'll be able to do the same for others. And I think that what I find is that we are harder on ourselves. Like this whole thing with my kids, this whole rant that I just went through, I was more upset at myself for not being, I don't know. I don't even know what I could have done different now that I look at it differently. But at that moment, I felt like I must have done something wrong. I must have freaked, I don't want to say the F word, YouTube, I don't know what I could have done different now that I look at it, you know, because people are going to make their decisions. My children are going to make their freaking decisions. They're going to make their mistakes and they're just navigating life just like I am. And that's, what my oldest daughter told me. And I'm like, at that moment, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. And then I'm like 2 days later, I'm like, girl, you nailed, actually the next day, I'm like, you nailed it. You were right. You were so right. And then that's another thing, to be open to messages that God sends you through other people. You never know who might be that person that wakes you up, and that shows you truly how wonderful this life experience can be. As long as you understand that this is life, this is how we grow through the challenges in life, through the decisions that we make every day. All right, this is it for this video. Thank you so much. If you watched the end, please comment down below. Does this resonate? Am I talking to the walls right here? Nobody listening? Because I truly, truly, truly feel that this message is going to help someone out there, just like it helped me to get from that hot shower, screaming and crying. All right, love you. Until the next video. Bye.